Bonjour! Oh, it feels good to say that again. Look at it out here. The sun is out. So just out in the garden, excuse the washing. Nice to be able to get it dry outside for once. So you would have seen in the other video. So this is just the timber mock-up for the DIY sieve. Yeah, it's just had a gel coat just to waterproof it for now. See how it settles in and runs. Just turn the air off. Everyone's happy, I think. He says, "You alright, Amir?" "Yeah, alright." Little beast over the back. Seem happy enough. I've got the shower going, but at the moment I am just giving the Nexus while we got a nice summer's day. So this has been up and running for just over 6 months now. So all I've done is shut the pump down. The valve for the bottom drains in, and it's just on for a boil. Which, look at that! So my temperature in my pond at the moment is about, I think it's about 11 degrees. So I have been feeding a little bit. Just what is that? Hikari wheat germ. That's it. I can get my my words out then. What we're going to do is, while I'm out here, I'm just going to take the opportunity of the nice weather. So what I've done. So actually, it's the first time of doing a spring clean. It's not really spring; it's still winter, I know, but this is another thing. So before, on my ponds, I've always had switch boxes. But one of the things I need to be doing if everything falls over is I want to plug the old vacuum in. So all of a sudden these boys, they come dividend. Because before, obviously having a switch box, it meant I did get the extension hose out in preparation to bring it down there. So all we're going to do very quickly is a nice little spring clean. We're going to give that a right wash down. I like to keep the Nexus pretty clean anyway, so it's not too bad, you'll see in a minute. But then what we're also going to do is we're going to suck out the legs. Apparently, I don't know, I've not owned a Nexus before, but the legs can build up a bit of crap and detritus. And then obviously, like I just showed you just then, I want to give it a scrub. It's not too bad, but I do like to keep things clean. So while that's boiling away, I'm going to go and plug the Hoover in, and I'll be back with you shortly. Just while we wait, while it's boiling over, we do our own bit of boiling over. Couldn't bear it anymore. Get sturgeon food in there as well. Amir, go! So, he's called Amir, or she's called Amir, we don't know. Because we actually got that from Amir at TKC Koi at the Kent show, whatever it's called. Koi show, Kent. Look at them all. That's because I was a bit sneaky there. And what I'd done was I threw well, it should have been the morning one, I'm a bit late, but the sturgeon food in. So a lot of them, because they're lazy, they'll go and pick up the sturgeon food. There's the old big girl. Come on, big girl. So she's likely going to be going to a new home. So 68 or 70 centimetres pretty much. Benny Ginger, so I'm led to believe. Wasn't sure if it was a cheap jackal or Benny Ginger, but was confirmed. Now where's Steve? Steve should be around somewhere. Normally you can see his nose. Right. Tea's done, which means the boil's done. So this is the first boil. I usually do 2. So let's have a look. Beautiful colour water. Take that off. See, that's having a nice boil I tell you what, since doing all of the insulation in here with the roof and that, half made a difference. Yes, that's boiling away. So all we're going to do now is open up the valve and let her rip, potato chip. Just while I'm up getting the hose, I thought it'd be interesting. So this will be the first time since filling up the pond. So the pond took 15,000 odd litres to fill. So it'd be interesting to see what we've used. Oh my God! Get that to focus. So I've used the same again in water changes. Bloody hell. So water's just gone down. Obviously we've got the remnants that I like to get clean with the ooze. And then it's only had one boil. This will be its second boil. One of the downfalls, as I say at the end, I'll give you a bit of a summary or summarise what I think. Let's turn the air off for a minute. There we go. I'll give you a summary of how I found the Nexus. But that's one of the problems I don't like, is obviously if you get a clump of the turd, the koi turd, it does sit. So although that channel does fall, you can see the water still going down the hill, which just goes off to the waste. It does get built up, so you have to use the hose to get it out. But like I say, I will put this on for a second boil in a minute. But first jobs first, we need to get rid of the koi turds. There we go. Oh my God! I got a leak! No, it's alright, Ted. Oh, for fuck's sake, now it's gone all over the washing. She's gonna kill me. Don't buy cheap hose heads. Yeah, so as I say, what we do now is close the old valve. Bottom drain open. I like that bit, always have done. And once she drills up, so she'll build back up, and then once it's at the top, we can just shut the valve. Then we just leave that to boil. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to get back to clean in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the old dustpan and brush, or actually it's just the brush. And what I'm going to do is get in there and give that a damn good scrub. I won't have to drop the water down. What I'll do is I'll use the old vacuum to get it out. But so the the ball valve on the first pump is actually shut at the moment, so nothing to go back to the pond, which obviously we don't want. But yeah, no, the plan is to get all that residue that's worked its way through, and then we can suck it out. And then once we're done sucking it out with a hoover, we can drop it into the outer chamber. Again, I don't want to drop the water right down. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll chuck the hoover in and get the legs and the bottom done. So literally just going to get in here, be very careful, because that thing that looks like a cheese grater at the back, that's not a cheese grater, that is known as the EA hand grater. Catch your hand on it, it's a bloody nightmare. But like I say, we're just going to get in there with a long brush, give it a good scrub a dub, and then I can get that out with the old vacuum. What I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to try and bury you inside my phone, obviously, down inside the outer chamber of the Nexus, and see if you can have a look what's in the legs for me. You can let me know if it's crappy or not and whether I need to hoover them out. So let me know, yeah? Right, buckle up, enjoy the ride, you're going in. Shut me, that's cold, I hope you wrapped up warm. just while we walk past, always nice that primroses are in stock, which is nice because it means spring is just around the corner, doesn't it? So next step, what you'll notice, I've got the easy section. This is what I was talking about earlier. I mean, it's almost meant to act like a vortex from what I can understand. So water comes in from 4-inch outlet, inlet, and then that vortex section, I'll show you in a minute, sits here, which means it then pushes the water around. I've seen quite a few people with Nexus, or Nexi, and they've actually got this bit round the other side, so the water's coming in from the 4-inch inlet and going straight into the basket. But obviously you want to be trying to push the big poop out to the edge. But yeah, so what I've done is I've just lifted the easy out. This is something that my man from Pond Wizards said to give a whirl. It just gives you the opportunity to get in there, give it a good scrub, and because it's still got water in it, I'll turn the air off and very gently take it out. So obviously you'd normally drop that pipe, standpipe, into the middle of the easy section, and sorry, iPhone memory full, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to give this a scrub again with the brush, and then I'll join you in 2 ticks. There we go. Easy and in a chamber, like new. That's just what I was saying there about the blanking plate. So the water goes whoosh. I've just dropped my brush in there, haven't I? Oh, this is going from bad to bloody worse, this is. If you're watching this as a how-to video, there's a lot of bits that you shouldn't be watching. Or just do the polar opposite. Don't drop shit in your inner chamber, because it's a pain in the arse. For those of you wondering, all I'm using in terms of vac is the cheapest Pondtech Pondomatic. It does the job, but it's one of those where it will suck for 30 seconds and then blow for 30 seconds. Behave. But as I say, for 80 quid, I think it was 79 quid in the sale, it does the job. It's ideal for cleaning the fry tank. I also use it on my skimmer as well. I give a skimmer a scrub and give that a suck out, save removing it. Alright, so that's all hoovered out. Nice and spotless in there. What I'll say is if you're vacuuming this out, don't expect it to empty, because you've got that lot behind it and you'll be there for a very long time. You'll see I've turned this up slightly, so with the power cuts the other night with Storm Anus, whatever it was called, obviously the water rises because the pump goes off, so that was set for when the pumps are on. So just to cover myself in the meantime, I've actually pulled the and all that is just 38mm 90-degree bend onto some flexi. But yeah, I've turned that up just to make sure I'm covered. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is now a spotless Nexus. And what I tend to do is, because the bottom drain is now back on, I don't know if you can see that, where stuff has built up behind the bottom drain, why it's been off, because I've had the bottom drain off for what, 20-25 minutes now. It does tend to shitty up a bit, so what I'll do is I'll just give that one blast with the old drain, and that's it. But yeah, so we've lost a fair bit of water, but that is a nice spring cleaned Nexus. Alright, I hope it's been helpful, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in a bit. Little gift from me nan, taking its place by the pond. Cheers, Lalo. Nothing to do with cleaning the Nexus. I've got myself a new pound net at last. Trying to use this old thing. Shouldn't have that for koi really. It's alright for the smaller goldfish and that, they're easy to catch. But yeah, 60cm pound net, so hopefully it'll be a bit easier for the old summer. So we're out here, the light's just going down, so we got the light on. So what I'm just having a look at is, I thought I'd just conclude the Nexus video. So we're 6 months in now. Ted! Hey! What are you doing? So we're 6 months in now. I really just wanted to give my feedback. So, as I said, when I first got the Nexus, I read so many reviews, and I would genuinely say that a majority of them were negative. So, this is 15,000 litres. I have got my DIY shower, and as of, you would have seen in my last video, so as of yesterday, there is a Tempest filter. So I'm bottom drain, 4-inch pipe work to the Nexus 320, and then that's split into 2 returns. And I'm running around, let's say 15,000 litre pond, and I'm running around 10,000 litres, maybe a tad more, through the Nexus every hour. And so not a lot's changed since August time, July, August time. So it's been through a summer, so I've seen it at its worst. Yeah, I would say they're pretty good results. I'll just stand up, hang on. So what you will see is when people talk about fines, I'm assuming this is what they're referring to. So you can just see the little bits coming through. Obviously on the Tempest, that stopped that. But yeah, that's my water. So that is nearly 1.5, what am I, 146 deep centimetres. Yeah, and that one there that you see is this one here. That's right on the bottom. And as I say, it's dusky out now, so we are running off the light. But I would say that's it's pretty good. I think, bear in mind, so I purchased my Nexus 320, and it's a 2017 or 18 model, so 320 with the easy. And I paid 700 quid for that second hand. I had to travel a bit to get it, but it came with everything. In terms of changes, the only thing I've done is I've added additional media. So as well as the initial K1, I've also added another 50 litres of Helex 13 from Oaza, and I've added another 25 litres, I think it was, of K1. So 700 quid time I bought the media, so I'm probably 800 quid, and those are the results I'm getting with my water. I test weekly or fortnightly if I'm being really lazy, and so far everything's been pretty good. It's been quite a cold winter, and I have to say I did struggle to establish a good beneficial bacteria in the Nexus to start with, but that's more to do with my water in my area, and as I say, it was pretty chilly, but we've had some really good sunny periods, and yeah, it's coping very well. So I'd say if you are looking to get a Nexus, the ultimate is the drum, without a doubt. But the pluses for me were, like I say, 700-800 quid versus thousands for a decent one, plus a biochamber, separate biochamber or combi unit. It's the ease of cleaning, although you do have to clean it. I genuinely, Saturday mornings, I enjoy going outside and cleaning my Nexus. I know that sounds really sad. Even in the colder winter, I actually felt connected to the pond and the fish, which is, I think, is always a benefit and a plus when koi keeping. I think it's all too easy to get everything, like everything with modern technology, and it's sort of taken the workload out of it, but then you become slightly disconnected. So I do enjoy that part of it. Holidays wise, I have had to ensure that a member of my family, my dad, he's got his own pond anyway, so if we are ever away, I know that it's in safe hands, but that's certainly something to consider. You can get obviously the auto clean for the Nexus, but if you're going to spend that sort of money, then you are probably better off just going for a good second-hand drum. And the other thing is I've not had to run a separate water feed to it, so other than my hose, that is completely standalone in terms of water feed. So it's just a case of dragging the hose down there or having the hose near it just to give it a wash out. Evsky, do you like the Nexus?
Yeah.
You need a haircut, that's what you need.
No.
Give it a shake.
No.
But yeah, so from us at Eden Koi Pond, if you're looking for a Nexus, certainly if you can pick one up second hand, honestly, it's go for it. There's plenty of negative reviews out there, but as I say, if I just flip back. Results wise, I wouldn't say that's gin clear, but I'd say we're getting pretty close to it. We're happy with it. Fish are happy with it. So yeah, if you can afford it, go for the best you can, but if Nexus is what your budget allows, then don't be put off. Nexus 320, 15,000 litre pond, lovely and clear. So yeah, if Nexus is on your list and it's within your budget, don't be put off, because actually they're a very usable and good filter. Plus there's no real moving parts other than the airlines. So, and if you're buying second hand, the only problem with the airlines is the taps, the valves, and sometimes they can go wrong. But certainly on mine they've been upgraded. So yeah, don't be put off. Good filter, decent results. We're all happy. So from us at Eden, Evan, say bye-bye. Now say goodbye nicely. Or I'm going to follow you around with the camera. I'm going to follow you around with the camera. Say goodbye.